Hi, this is Dean with Worldwide Trekking, and today I want to talk about your communications on your trek to Mount Everest Base Camp. More specifically, cellular service, Wi-Fi capabilities, and other things that you'll need to know on your trek to Everest Base Camp in Nepal. So when you arrive in Kathmandu, Nepal, you can turn on your cellular phone. Most providers will work in Kathmandu, and it does help you if you have a international travel plan, and that way you don't pay crazy amounts for your cellular service when you land in Kathmandu. Um, that being said, some of the providers have better plans than others, so you should check with your cellular provider and see what they can do for you internationally. At the hotels that we stay at with Worldwide Trekking, we stay at the Yak and Yeti Hotel in Kathmandu. Prior to going on our trip, we stayed at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in Kathmandu when we returned from our trek before our departure home. Both of those hotels have fine wireless internet services, free for you when you check in. You log in your last name and your room number, and you just hook up to the Wi-Fi at the hotel. They'll work for your phone, your laptop, iPad, whatever you might have. With that, I think communication wise, it does help for you to communicate with people at home. If you have a WhatsApp account, WhatsApp works very well for us. We use it with our guests. We set up group chats and we're able to communicate. For family members at home, if you want to reach them, WhatsApp will let you send a SMS style message, send photos or videos, and even call on the phone or use a video call, which would all work at either one of our hotels in Kathmandu, free of charge. So it's very convenient and a great way to communicate with friends and family while you're in Kathmandu. Once we fly into the Khumbu Valley, you will start your trek. We start down in Phok Ding, we go to Manjo, up through Namche, get up into the higher valley, Farashe, Loboshe, and beyond. All of those tea houses that we stay at with Worldwide Trekking have wireless internet that you can purchase. You purchase a small scratch card and you scratch the number off, and you can log that into your phone or whatever you might have, and you can hook up to their wireless internet. It's pretty good. It is not 5G, but it definitely works well. You can send photographs, you can do social media posts, and that wireless card cost about $5 US for 24 hours. So once you use that card, you use it at the tea house where we stay, and it lasts for 24 hours. So I do think there is a limit on if you watch a lot of video or send videos, it's going to use up a little more quickly. But typically it works for 24 hours. It works very well. And we do like that our guests still play games, play cards, write in their journals, and do other things. But we understand that people do want to communicate with their families and friends at home. Um, the final night of our trek or the final night on our way into Everest Base Camp during our trek, when we get up to Gorakshep, it's pretty rare that people have the time to get the wireless internet there. It might not be as strong, but it does work up there. And by the time we go up onto Kalapatar, come back, have dinner, wake up early the next morning, go into base camp, come back, have lunch, start our way down to Lobuche. Time that evening is kind of tight. The wireless internet and for people communicating works very well on the double day in Namche or the double day that we take in Farashe to make some posts, send some photos, let your family and friends know that you're doing well, and communicate with them as needed along the way. So that's the cellular service in Kathmandu, the wireless service that you can have on your trek to Mount Everest Base Camp. And then the other thing that we have that I use when I travel, depending on the area that I go, is I use a small satellite communicator. This is an InReach Mini. There's also the InReach Explorer, which is a little bit larger version. But if you're solely using your device to communicate or let your family track your movement on a trip, something like this works very well. You take the InReach and you get it set up before you leave. It does have what's called a freedom plan, which is allowing you to access the account and use the capabilities of the device for 30 days. If you're on a trip and you want to turn it on prior to going on the trip, I recommend that you test all of this stuff at home before your trip, and that way you make sure that it's functioning and working properly. What this device does is it communicates with the satellites that are orbiting the Earth. And that being said, on your mobile phone, you can have a app that's called the EarthMate app, and it connects your phone to the device. And that allows me to, although I could send preset messages through the device, I can also use the device to send the message that I go on the app, and then I can type in on my phone on the app a message to someone at home, and then the satellite will send that message like a text message. The characters are 100, limited to 160 characters, but depending on the plan you have, you could send unlimited messages. Those plans start at a safety plan, say, that would allow you to have 10 free messages, or you can upgrade to an unlimited plan, which allows you to send as many messages and receive as many messages as you want. So although this can be used as a rescue device where you could hit the SOS, if you're on a guided trip with Worldwide Trekking, your guide is going to take care of any kind of rescue that you need. And this could more or less be used as a communication device where you could send messages from anywhere around the Earth that you travel to, and want to link up to a satellite to send messages again to family and friends. One of the other neat features about this that people can use is that it also, if you get the right plan, can have tracking. So you could have your tracking turned on, and when your tracking is turned on, it'll basically let people log into a map that have that link, and it would allow them to track your little yellow dot as it moves every 10 minutes, or you could set it to every 30 minutes. And then every time that you stay stationary for a period of time, it stops moving. When you start moving again, your dot starts going every 10 minutes. So it could be kind of fun for people that want people to track and see their progress throughout, or want to be able to send messages with their location throughout, or in the event that they really need to have a communication source that is not relying on internet at a tea house that potentially could not be working at any given time for a number of reasons. So that would be the InReach Mini. You can buy this on Amazon. There is also the larger one, the InReach Explorer. For most applications for people, they probably don't need all of the features that are used on the larger device. The nice thing about this one, it's rather small, it's light. You can turn it on for 30 days and then turn it off on their freedom plan, or you could invest into a yearly subscription if you choose. For any of your devices, you're going to need to charge. So charging on the trail, or when you're in Kathmandu, you're going to want a power adapter. This is just a simple all-in-one power adapter that you can purchase on Amazon. Again, I like this all-in-one because it works anywhere in the world, so I'm not trying to figure out what type of outlets they have in Nepal, or what type of outlets they have in Tanzania, Africa, or Europe, or South America. It works anywhere in the world, and it also has a couple nice features that I like. It has a little red indicator light that shows that it's getting power. And when you're overseas, a lot of times it's nice to know that that outlet's working. And it also has two USB ports on the side, as well as taking the receptacle from any type of plug that you would have to power your devices. On the trail, you would be able to use the power adapter in the lodges that Worldwide Trekking stays at up to the village of Debauchet. Debauchet is a number of days into our trek, and above Debauchet, we would have Ferrochet, Lobichet, and Gorikshep, back to Lobichet, and then back down to Ferrochet, where you wouldn't be able to just plug in to an outlet in the tea house or in your tea house room to charge your devices. So what I like to do is, although at the tea house that we stay at in Fairshade, they have charging again that you can purchase and get a device charged. I travel with a portable power pack. So this battery here, I know will charge my phone 4 times, maybe 5 times, especially as if I'm conservative on charging it and charge it till it's full and then take it out and keep an eye on things. The nice thing about this portable power pack is I can charge my device when I get up to Ferrochet, use my phone a little bit, maybe top it off when I'm in Lobichet. It works going into Gorik Shep and up to base camp. Back down, I might have to charge it again to uh, get down to Ferrochet again to finish our trip, and then we fly out in helicopters from Ferrochet at the end, or we go down further in the valley and you'd have the opportunity to charge in an outlet again. And that would be very useful for me. So I'm self-reliant on what I need to charge. I use my phone to take a lot of photographs, to shoot video, for communications. So my phone is the main thing that I need to be charging. If you bring an alternate camera, some camera that takes a separate battery, a good way to go is to bring a spare battery or two for making sure that you don't die when we get up onto Kalapatar, or die with your batteries going into Everest Base Camp and that kind of thing. So I do find that not using a solar panel. We're not often at a place where you have a lot of time to charge a solar panel. I found that hanging them on a backpack doesn't work very well. They're very directional. You might be able to top it off on a day in Ferrochet when we get up there, but having a battery pack like this fully charged when we go up into the upper Khumbu helps a lot. It's quite light and it does charge my phone up, which is my camera, my video source, as well when we get up there. Along with the battery pack, of course, having your power adapter is important, and then having your charging cables, super important. I like this one that I have found on Amazon that actually has two phone chargers for the iPhone, a USB-C, and the other receptacle that I would need to charge this up as well. So it's kind of all in one, where I can charge a number of different devices just using one cord from my battery, which works out very well. I can keep all of this in a small case that all packs up in there and conveniently goes inside and is easy to put in my backpack or in my duffel bag, depending on what I'm doing. And it helps me out along the way. Another little tip that I do, although I have iPhone earbuds and I use those, I like to listen to music at night sometimes when I'm in my sleeping bag or an audio book or something like that. I don't bring the earbuds on the trek because I do have to charge them. So I bring kind of the old school cable earbuds that came with my iPhone, so I don't have to charge them up in the upper valley. Any way that I can conserve my energy on my devices, maybe not scrolling through photographs or just leaving it on a regular power mode and go into low power mode, or putting it in my sleeping bag at night to keep it warm. Anything I can do that will help me make sure that when I get up into Gorkshep, when I go up onto Kalapatar and into base camp, my phone still has a lot of life in it, and I'm able to get the photos and the video that I need for the trip. So I think that covers a lot of the communication needs that you would have on your trek to Mount Everest Base Camp and when you're in Kathmandu, Nepal. If you have any questions, please reach out. We'd love to help answer those questions, and we'd love to see you on a trek to Mount Everest Base Camp with Worldwide Trekking. Thank you.